Excuse me, I didn't know we were on air. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Beer Net weekly audio broadcast. This is Harry Schuhmacher reporting for the week ending January 6th. Happy New Year from everybody at Beer Business Daily to you who are watching. I guess since the last time we did this, the big news, of course, is the Costco deal. And, of course, Costco is suing the state of Washington, in case you've been in Siberia for the last 10 years. And I guess there's really two things to remember about this. One is that the judge has divided this case basically into two parts. The first being the so-called antitrust issue, which are the laws in Washington that pertain mainly to Washington, and that's their prohibiting volume discounts, uniform pricing, required price posting, cash law, and all that sort of thing. The second issue being the direct shipping issue, which is more of a commerce clause, if you will, issue, because Washington has a different set of rules for in-state and out-of-state wineries. So what she did basically is on the first antitrust issue, she felt she didn't want to mess around with the entire Washington alcohol code. If you just throw it out, then there'd be mass anarchy, dogs and cats living together, it would be raining beer in children's nurseries, that sort of thing. So she decided that she was going to deny Costco's request for a summary judgment, and let's go to a full-fledged trial in March. No surprise, really. Everybody kind of suspected that that's what she was going to do, and that's what she did. On the direct shipping issue, there were a few more surprises. Excuse me while I quaff a quick, it's delicious. A few little minor shockers, really. Here she granted a partial summary judgment, ruling that the in-state exemption for direct shipping to retailers, it violates the Commerce Clause. And that was a blow to wholesalers, but frankly, I don't think that was very surprising. But she alleviates the pain a little bit for wholesalers, and this is the surprising part. First, she says she stays her order, which that's not surprising, because you don't just want to, like I said, create havoc. So the order stayed until the mid-April, and that gives the legislature plenty of time to fix that problem in the law. The next thing she did, though, is that she wrote in her opinion that banning all direct shipping to retailers would be the probably least disruptive choice and probably reflects the intent of the Washington State Legislature. Now what that means is that instead of allowing everybody to ship direct, she said it would be the most least disruptive to allow nobody to ship direct, which is indeed what some states are looking at doing, to the dismay of wineries, because this is a about-face of what they intended. This is kind of the law of unintended consequences. So the net is that we're looking at, in the spring of '06, looking at what happens in the Washington State Legislature, first of all, and then second of all, what happens in the trial, which will start in March. On to other news. InBev, heads are rolling. InBev promoted Carlos Brito, who's very young. He's 45. He comes from InBev. He used to run InBev. He's taken over John Brock's role in Belgium, and he'll be their new CEO. Brito is seen as more aggressive. He's seen as kind of a go-getter. He's seen as a two-tier advocate, although I don't think he has that intention for the United States. But he, I think they expect a lot bigger things out of him. Of course, we have Doug Corbett, who's speaking at our summit. He's the new president of InBev USA, and that'll be his first big engagement, speaking engagement. We're looking forward to seeing him do that. Let's talk about pricing a little bit. We had an interview, a pretty long interview with August Bush IV, President of Anheuser-Busch. I guess the main gist of his interview was that you can't cheat the CPI forever. You can cheat the CPI some of the time, but you can't cheat the CPI all of the time. And mainly what he was saying is that beer industry has been pricing above the CPI for several years now. And it's really hard to keep that going without hurting volume. And indeed, volume has gone down every year, and now it's negative. He kind of characterized last year meaning summer of '05, as being an anomaly. And it's a correction. And now going forward, we're more, I guess, corrected. So he looks toward better, more stable pricing in '06, mainly because of that correction, and also because we have a lot of cost pressures, mainly for the brewery brought on by natural gas, which affects glass and aluminum pricing, and for distributors brought on by the price of gasoline and insurance and other things. So, in other words, it incents everybody to increase pricing, including retailers, although, you know, retailers don't like to push through some of those price points. I guess the last thing we had was that Constellation issued their third quarter results. The only, Barton had just incredible sales on their Mexican beers. Their net sales are up 16% for the quarter. They did have a little bit easier comps because of a price increase last year, but it's amazing to me that Corona continues to be up double digits when the brand has taken price increases and is, in a flat market. It's just kind of like the Energizer Bunny. So, everybody's waiting right now to see when that arbitration ruling is going to come down in the Gambrinus Grupo Modelo. I guess it's a fight that's making everybody very stressful. Not the least of which are the employees of Gambrinus, also the Gambrinus distributors, and so everybody's kind of waiting to see how that shakes out. And really, we're expecting an announcement any day. So it was good talking to you. I'll be back next week. We're going to try and make this a weekly deal when I'm not traveling, and we'll see how you like it. Take care.